everyone, this is Karen.
Hello everybody, this is Shane.
Today we're looking at day 1 of Know Your Copyrights. And the vocabulary words are material.
Material.
We used expensive material to make this shirt.
Really? It looks pretty cheap.
I can't believe you just said that.
Just kidding. User.
User.
A small number of users reported problems with that particular computer model.
Jail.
Jail.
Tyler got caught trying to steal a purse and had to spend the night in jail.
He stole another purse? Tyler. Automatically.
Automatically.
The doors to the store open automatically.
Permission.
Permission.
I asked the teacher for permission to go to the bathroom.
Specifically.
Specifically.
This car is designed specifically for use in the city. Not in the country, in the city.
So we're talking about
Yes.
knowing your copyrights. What does that really mean? What do we mean when we talk about copyrights?
Well, if you violate a copyright, basically what that means is to use somebody else's materials without their knowing about it or without their permission.
Okay, so you don't ask them first, and then you just
Right.
take their stuff, maybe like the logo, the design, the picture that they
Right.
took, and then you just use it as your own.
Right. In the digital age these days, what we're talking about is exactly that, like photographs,
Yeah.
and then using someone's design, or using music, or just downloading music. Because that's somebody's intellectual property. Right?
You are right. And then it also talks about the difference between your copyright infringement and also plagiarism.
Right. So plagiarism is when you use somebody else's ideas and pretend that they're your own. Right? Like in school, when you're writing a report,
You know, copying someone's
you
word,
pretend that it's your own thoughts, but it's not.
that's called plagiarism.
So it's a little bit different, right?
Okay, but it's important to know what are, the copyrights,
It's
right?
all stealing. Don't steal. All right, let's learn more about copyright.
Or at least ask for permission.
True. Okay.
Know your copyrights. The internet has made sharing material easier than ever before. That ease, however, has also made it easier to commit a certain type of crime, copyright infringement. Copyright law is not very well understood among most internet users, and as a result, most copyright crimes are committed by accident. But breaking copyright law, even by mistake, can result in a big fine or jail time. Therefore, it's best to educate yourself quickly before you land yourself in hot water.
Today's lesson is called Know Your Copyrights. Know your rights, your copyrights. Part 1. Hello everyone, I am Jeff. Copyright. I guess that's the right to copy, I think.
Yeah, kind of. It's about protecting things that you create and also about not stealing things that other people have created. Often we tell people to know your rights, know what the law allows you to do. Like you have the right to vote if you're over a certain age. You have the right to say what you think, and other people can't tell you to stop talking. But copyrights, well, this is an area of law, especially by using the internet, when people borrow songs or pictures from other people and don't pay them, that you can get into a gray area or even cross a line into breaking the law when you're using stuff that you didn't make and you're not paying the people who did make it.
Because you don't have the right to copy that. Anyways, he's Mike, I'm Jeff. Let's get started. The first sentence of today's lesson says, the internet has made sharing material easier than ever before. Yes, once you upload something to the internet, it can be downloaded by anyone who's also on the internet for the most part. So you can share stuff, it'll get out there quickly, but sharing material like this, it does have its drawbacks.
Absolutely. It's a good thing, but also a bad thing, especially for creative people who are making material all the time. Now, material, this is a word that we can use in lots of different ways. One of the most common ways is actually when talking about clothes. The material that your clothes are made of is the stuff that they then cut and sew into different shapes. Now, when we're talking about the internet, material is anything that you can basically put online, put on the internet. So songs, pictures, writing, things like that. Different artists will create different types of material, right? Songwriters will create songs. Writers will create stories. Those things are their material. So we use it to talk about a lot of different stuff in a very general way, but this is stuff that we can put, find, share, sell, trade, and copy on the internet. Our example sentence, though, goes back to what I spoke of before, what we make clothes out of, things like cotton or wool or leather. For example, we used expensive material to make this shirt, maybe like silk.
Silk is an expensive material,
Yeah.
the real stuff.
Yeah.
Very expensive. Anyways, though, remember, nowadays, all you have to do is upload what you've made to the internet. It's so easy to share stuff.
Yeah.
That ease, however, has also made it easier to commit a certain type of crime. Copyright infringement. Sure, everything is being shared everywhere. Who owns it? Who cares? I downloaded it. It's mine, right? Wrong. If you use someone else's stuff, okay, their material, their ideas, if you do that without letting them know, without having permission, you are infringing upon copyright law, the law that tells you who owns the right to copy something.
That's right. And the scary thing is, or the difficult thing is, that we can be breaking this law and we don't even know it. We don't even think we're doing anything wrong. As it says, copyright law is not very well understood among most internet users. Most people aren't doing this as a crime. We're not lawyers. We don't know all the rules, so we do it by accident. And as a result, most copyright crimes are committed by accident. You like that song, you put it on your website because you think it's a cool song, but did you pay the person who wrote the song? No? You could be breaking copyright law.
There you go. By the way, we've got this really tough vocabulary word to talk about right now. The noun user.
User.
A user is someone who uses something.
They use things.
That's actually it. That's pretty easy. Anyways, internet users, people who use the internet. Facebook users, people who use Facebook, they're logged on, they're doing stuff. Instagram users, you get the idea, they're posting stuff to Instagram and using that particular service. For example, a small number of users reported problems with that particular computer model. So there you go, they're using this. You wouldn't call them customers in that particular situation, you'd call them users.
That's right. Now, we might be doing this without knowing it. We might not be bad people. We might just not understand the law. But again, if you take that photograph you like and use it on your website, or a bit of music you like and use it, you could be going against copyright law. It says, but breaking copyright law even by mistake, I didn't know, can result in a big fine or jail time. That's right. Not knowing the law is not an excuse to break the law, right? You can't say, I didn't know I couldn't kill people. Oh, well, then you're fine. No, of course not. If you don't know the law, that's no defense. You need to educate yourself, or you might face a big fine, a penalty. You'll have to pay a big ticket, a lot of money, or jail time or prison time. We could also say, well, a lot of people use jail and prison in the same way. The place you go after the court and the police find you guilty and they lock you up and you spend a lot of time in this place. Jails are actually where you go before you see the judge, before you get sent away, and after they decide you're going away for 5 years, they'll send you to prison, but people often use these words in the same way. You're locked up because you broke the law. Tyler got caught trying to steal a purse and had to spend the night in jail and maybe some more time in prison later on.
Ooh.
Yeah, no
Anyways, don't break the law. Don't be like Tyler. And be careful when you're sharing things on the internet. Either people can use something that's yours or you might be stealing something without even knowing it. Therefore, it's best to educate yourself quickly before you land yourself in hot water.
Or jail.
In trouble. In jail, maybe. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。现代人的生活啊，不能没有网络。不管你是要看最新的 MV， 用云端存照片、存资料，或者是要下载一些资源，你都需要用到网络。那么网际网络就使得分享资料比以往都还要容易。不过这样的便利性也有缺点，它让使用者更容易犯下某一种特定的罪行，也就是侵犯著作权。我们先来看两个单字 ，material。Material 它是指素材或是资料 ，user 表示使用者或是用户。那么文中用到 copyright infringement， 它是指侵犯著作权。这个 infringement 就是指侵犯、违反，尤其是对他人权利的侵犯。那么它的动词是去掉 ment 变成 infringe 可以表达违反、侵犯，像是违反法律啊、规则等等，或者是侵犯权益之类的。那么另外 Jeff 老师刚刚用到 drawback 是指缺点的意思 ，drawback drawback 可以指缺点、短处或是不利的条件。这边还有两个重点，第一个刚刚说到使更容易犯下某种特定罪行，用到的句型是 make it 形容词再加不定词。那这样的句型是从 make 加受词加形容词演变而来的，来表达说使某人或某事物变得怎么样，成为怎么样。那么当受词是不定词，也就是 to 加原形动词的时候，我们要用虚受词 it 来代替受词位置，然后把不定词这个真正的受词丢到句尾，就变成 make it 形容词再加 to 加原形动词咯。例如The internet has made it possible for us to communicate with people from around the world. 网络使得我们跟世界各地人沟通变得有可能。好，第二个重点，动词 commit 它是指做，像是做错事的那个做的动作，或者犯罪的犯。那么后面常常会接不好的事情，像是 crime 犯罪、suicide 自杀等等。例如 The singer committed suicide at the age of 41. 那位歌手在41岁的时候自杀。好，那么许多网络使用者啊，对著作权法并没有充分的了解，因此大部分的著作权犯罪都是不小心的。不过犯罪就是犯罪，即使你是不小心，也可能得付一大笔的罚款或是坐牢。所以呢，在让自己惹上麻烦之前，我们最好赶快花点时间搞懂著作权来保护自己，才不会被缉。现在都流行用缉，对不对？才不会被告。好，那这边有一个单字 jail 表示监狱，那么 in jail 就是入狱坐牢的意思。再来看两个重点，第一个副词 therefore 它是指因此所以，例如 Katie is new to this school, therefore she doesn't have any close friends here. Katie 是新来的学生，所以她在这里没有亲近的好朋友。第二个重点land oneself in hot water 是指说使自己陷入困境，惹上麻烦。例如 The controversial singer has landed himself in hot water once again. 那位备受争议的歌手再度惹上麻烦了。好，接回到课文中。
Know your copyrights. When someone creates a piece of work, they automatically have the right to do whatever they want with it. That's copyright. However, if someone else wants to use that work, copy it, change it, publish it, or perform it, they can only do so with the creator's permission, usually given for a price.
Okay, we're talking about copyright law, the law that tells you who has the right to copy something. Now here's a big reveal here. If you're the creator of something, you automatically own the copyright to that thing. You can copy it as often as you please and use it. Other people, though, can't. Anyways, when someone creates a piece of work, they automatically have the right to do whatever they want with it. That's copyright. By the way, here we have the adverb automatically. If something happens automatically, it just happens. You don't have to steer it like an automatic car or a car that drives itself automatically. You don't need to be in control of that. It works by itself. So here, if you create something automatically, okay, you get this right. It just happens. Nobody needs to help you along to get this right. Nobody else says you have this right. No, it happens automatically. For example, the doors to the store open automatically, like magic. You didn't open that door yourself.
Interesting. So there you go. So if you make something and create it, write it, compose it, whatever it is, you have the copyright. You don't have to get a lawyer and get a special stamp and a piece of paper saying, this is yours. No, you have the rights to it. However, and this is where you can get in trouble if it's not yours, however, if someone else wants to use that work, copy it, change it, publish it, or perform it, as if it's a song, they can only do so with the creator's permission, usually given for a price. Basically, if you want to use something you didn't create in any way, copying, changing, publishing, performing, making fun of it, or something like that even possibly, you have to pay the person who created it. You have to get their permission, and yeah, usually give them an amount of money because, you know, you're using their idea. Permission, this noun is basically when someone allows you to do something. When you're in class and you say, teacher, can I go to the bathroom? You're asking for permission. This is not something you're automatically allowed to do. It's something someone with a bit more power needs to say you can do, and asking them is asking for permission. When they say yes, they are giving their permission. For example, I asked the teacher for permission to go to the bathroom because, you know, that's what you do.
That's what you do. You just don't get up and storm out of the classroom without asking for allowance or permission. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be back soon.
好，那首先我们来搞懂什么是著作权。当某个人创作一件作品时，他们就自动拥有权利，可以用这个作品来做任何想做的事。那这种权利就是著作权。如果别人想要使用这个作品，想要去复制啊、修改、出版或是表演，他们就必须先获得创作者的许可。那这通常是需要付费的。这边有两个单字 ，automatically。就是自动地，它是副词。那么 permission 它可以指允许、许可，是名词。有一个意思相近的字是 allowance。allowance 就是在 allow 后面加 ance， 用来当名词来表达允许，或者是有零用钱限额定量的意思。那刚刚老师们在举例说，课堂上啊，如果你突然想要上厕所的时候，必须先得到老师许可，不能直接冲去厕所嘛。那老师用到 storm 这个字就有横冲直撞、猛冲的意思，也就是暴风雨那个字用来当动词就有这样的语义了。这回到课文中。
Know your copyrights. Although copyright infringement is similar in many ways to plagiarism, they are not the same. Plagiarism is the act of copying someone else's work and saying it's your own. Copyright infringement is specifically the use of someone else's work without getting their permission first.
Okay, we're still talking about copyright and also ways that you can break copyright law, i.e. copyright infringement. When you break this law a little bit, this copyright law, you can call it copyright infringement. Anyways, although copyright infringement is similar in many ways to plagiarism, they are not the same. Yeah, teachers at school, they'll probably never accuse you of copyright infringement, but if you hand in a paper and it's not your own, your teacher might just say, hey, you're guilty of plagiarism.
That's right. Plagiarism is basically stealing someone's work and saying, I made this. No, you didn't. That's plagiarism. Plagiarism is the act of copying someone else's work and saying it's your own. Jeff mentioned school and teachers because plagiarism, I remember from my student days, is like the worst thing you can do at school when you're writing that paper and you find a good book about the same topic and you take words out of that book and write it in your paper, but you don't say that you got these words from that really great book and you kind of write it as if it was your own idea, that's plagiarism, and you can get kicked out of school. You can get in big trouble for that.
I had a student, she didn't even steal anything. She did put a quote in quotes, didn't cite it though. She used someone else's line, someone else's sentence without saying so. Teacher said that's an F. Wow. That's plagiarism.
Wow, there you go.
F.
And they have websites where you can like compare works and they can find it out now. So be careful with that. Always quote and cite your sources. Don't plagiarize. Don't steal other people's words as if they're your own. All right, let's get back to the copyright infringement, because that's a little more general and something the internet makes kind of easy to get into, right?
Yeah. Copyright infringement is specifically the use of someone else's work without getting their permission first. Okay, so you use something, you copy something, but you don't have the right to do so. By the way, here we're being specific, i.e., let's be clear about something. We're talking about this and not a family of things or a group of things that are related to it. We're talking about this thing specifically, this thing alone. We're pointing at this, highlighting this thing. Yes, this is an adverb, and specifically just means not generally, okay? We're going from the big to the small and not vice versa. For example, this car is designed specifically for use in the city. You're supposed to use it in the city and not elsewhere, not even in the suburbs.
Oh, okay.
All right, folks, with that, our lesson is now in the books, and it's time for us to say bye-bye.
Take care.
侵犯著作权在许多方面跟抄袭很类似，不过呢，它们是不一样的东西。抄袭是复制别人的作品，然后还声称是自己的；而侵犯著作权呢，则是特指没有事先取得许可就使用他人作品的行为。那我们先来看单字 specifically。它是副词，表示确切地、明确地，或者是特意、专门地。那么 Jeff 老师在解释单字时，他用到 highlight，highlight 可以用来表达强调，使什么显著、突出的意思。那老师们就提醒大家说，如果有引用其他人的东西，记得要标明出处来源哦。这时候老师用到 cite 来当动词 ，cite 它就有举出、引述、引用的意思。好，那么以上这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Hello， 各位同学，大家好，我是季安老师。我们今天带大家看简短对话的这个作答流程，还有应考技巧。第一个，我们一定要预先快速的浏览题目跟选项。这个我们在上一堂课里面应该有讲到了哈。那如果对大家来说非常的冲击，就哇，这个大题怎么变得这么的难？那不用担心哦，这个是一个关键点，你一定要 ，OK， 一定要利用一开始它在播 direction， 也就是说 ，in this part you will hear blah 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 conversation blah blah blah， 一直讲。这些时候呢，完全不要听，因为呢，这个 direction 会是一模一样的。你在做练习题的时候听到的，跟你实际上上考场听到会是一模一样，所以呢，根本就不用听了。这个时间呢，你要拿来浏览第一个题组的题目跟选项。如果呢，你的阅读速度比较慢，那至少要把题目 ，OK， 要把它读过去，因为这题目等于就是接下来这一个篇章，这一个念出来的东西的大纲架构，对不对？它的重点。哔哩吧啦一大堆，他就是问这3个题目的重点而已，所以你要先知道他要问什么，那你在听到东西的时候才会知道说哦 ，OK， 答案出现了 ，OK， 所以这可以推测对话的主题还有聆听的重点，就会知道所以关键字词都会在那个问题里面去出现，甚至呢有些比较高端一点的他在读这3个问题的时候，他也可以先去猜答案，我觉得这3个搭配起来，那第一题可能是 B。第2题可能是 A， 你就是看一下它的内容，大家可以先猜猜看，可能是这个样子但听到的时候就会可能是一样的，或者就真的被你猜中了，或者是呢是不一样的，都有可能。OK， 好，那作答小技巧，注意力集中在 WH 的疑问词后面那在 读的时候呢，因为 Part 2跟 Part 3不一样嘛，它所有的题目都是在问 WH 的哈，所以呢，从答案选项当中可以了解问题的方向。我们刚刚有讲嘛，你在看这个问题的时候，就可以差不多猜到这个语境了。好，那他在问的时候，他会问说，这个男生他接下来要干嘛，或者是这个女生他讲这句话是什么意思 ？OK， 像这种题目呢，他问 man 的时候，那你在听的时候就要特别注意一下男生接下来要讲的东西啊。那问女生，那你就注意听女生 ，OK， 就这样而已哈。好，那我们来看一下这个例题哦 ，OK， 帮大家一起来看一下 ，Where does the conversation take place？ 这个对话是在哪里发生的 ？OK，at the restaurant， 餐厅 ，in an automobile factory， 汽车工厂 ，automobile factory，in a clinic， 在这个诊所 ，D 呢 at a gym，OK， 这4个都有可能，对不对？那我们要继续往下。What does the woman tell the man？ 女生跟男生讲什么？所以等一下这个第一题答案浮出来之后，我们就要注意哦，这个女生跟男生讲的是什么 ？OK，he should have arrived early， 应该早一点来哦。He needs to wait for half an hour， 他必须要等 half an hour。那要特别注意一下哦 ，half an hour。等一下可能就会出现30分钟哦，这个就是所谓的同义词的展现。C 呢，he needs to make a new appointment， 必须要新的预约。D 呢 ，he has to sign up for membership， 必须要报名会员哦 ，sign up for membership 都有可能，是不是 ？When will the man leave？ 这个男生什么时候要离开 ？OK， 所以等一下就要注意一下。
Hi, I have an appointment at 3 o'clock. Harry Stanton. I'm here to see Dr. Graves.
这边是不是听到了 Doctor， 对不对？所以 Doctor 第一题是不是就已经出来了
I see. He's running a little behind today and should be able to see you around 3:30. Would you
3:30
like to have a seat?
Okay, but I can't wait too long. I need to leave by 4:15.
That
3题的答案都已经跑出来了，希望大家都有听出来。我们再播一次啊，再从头。
Hi, I have an appointment at 3 o'clock. Harry Stanton. I'm here to see Dr. Graves.
第一题是 C，OK， 它是3点的预约，对不对
I see. He's running a little behind today and should be able to see you around 3:30.
He's running a little bit behind today. 今天他有点晚哦。然后呢 ，should be able to see you at 3:30. 3点半可以见你。所以第二题答案是 B. He needs to wait for half an hour. OK， 因为他说是3点半可以见他，所以呢，他3点的约，3点半可以见他，还要30分钟 ，half an hour。第二题是 B.
Like to have a seat?
Okay, but I can't wait too long. I need to leave by 4:15.
I need to leave by 4:15. 我4点15以前要走 ，OK， 所以这3题的答案就这样跑出来了哈。那我觉得大家比较挑战，可能是一开始听到这个 appointment at 3 o'clock， 没有注意听到的话，人家说you'll be able to see you around 3:30， 还是会听不清楚啊。所以这一题的答案就一定要先把问题都先看过，然后有个谱之后呢，再去听到 audio， 这样会比较容易一点点。OK， 以上是我们今天的课程内容，我们下堂课见，拜拜。
See you next time.